Yeah, good evening. How are you?
Sir, I'm all good, sir.
Yeah. When is your interaction with UPSC?
Sir, 16th April.
15th April.
16th, sir.
16th. And how are your preparations?
Sir, I'm about to complete my DAP preparation, sir.
Mm-hmm. Did you start late or what?
Sir, I started it around a month back, 20 days back.
So quite a time, huh?
Yes,
20
sir.
is a long time for preparation.
Hmm.
Are you working somewhere?
No, sir, I'm right now only preparing for civil services, sir.
Yeah, so 20 days, I thought you should have finished complete preparation.
Sir, some current affairs are pending, sir.
Mm-hmm. You graduated from IIT Delhi, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And you have been preparing day one.
Yes, sir.
Did you ever get a job from campus?
Sir, I did not sit for the placement, sir.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Did you qualify ever for interview?
No, sir.
Mhm. Okay. So what do you think are the challenges for you?
Sir, in the last two attempts, sir, my score in essay was slightly less, and GS was a moderate one. So these were the challenges, sir.
Mm-hmm. But you are confident for interaction?
Yes, sir. Based on the feedback on the marks, sir, I think I will be doing good, sir.
What are the kind of questions asked in mock?
Sir, they are from DAPT about the district, about the projects, about my hobbies, and regarding current affairs, there are questions, for example, on USA, upon let's say Manipur, and these are the questions, sir.
But aren't they very obvious questions? Have you been challenged in any of the question to think differently? Your answer on Manipur in US would be the same which everybody gives. Okay, let me mention to you that the actual interview is very different. They may ask anything from deaf or not. Because I looked at deaf and that you are a good IIT student and did some good projects. All of that are normal for any student in IIT. You participated in sports and became a sports. Were you a president of BSP, the Board of
Uh,
Sports?
no, sir, I wasn't the president, sir.
Yeah. So you participated in chess and one or two other games. I didn't find something very substantive except your project.
Yes,
The project appeared to be little new. So I thought in depth is about your background in engineering and some of the top projects and what kind of projects did you do. Beyond that, I'm so sorry I didn't see substantive in it.
yes,
Am I right? I
sir. I
thought
was,
the issues which issues you will explore would be about the
yes, sir.
energy basket, being a mechanical engineer, okay, both in fossil fuel as well as renewable and non-renewable, non-fossil, how much the country produce, then the autonomous vehicles and e-vehicles, because you are mainly in the energy conversion as a mechanical engineer, and your specialization appeared to be in thermal science subjects. You did some work in solar,
Yes, sir.
but that also didn't appear very substantive to me. So please get some very substantive information on solar energy, impact on grid, uh, per kilowatt inputs, and what are the current tariffs. Why we are not able to achieve targets? We'll be able to get these targets reasonably. It also appeared to me that in the Mocks, they didn't ask you any challenging question on your subject itself.
Yes. So on the
Did they
subject,
explore, huh?
they were like applied part of mechanical engineering. How will you use your domain knowledge?
These
They
are
were
very common. These are very common question when everybody would answer the way he or she likes, you know. But until there are substantive. For example, what are the current systems of manufacturing, including 3D printing, Industry 4.0, Industry 5.0. Because you being a graduate from IIT, they expect you to know almost all modern things. How much is the solar energy uh, efficiency? And I understand require a lot of water, otherwise the efficiencies go down. Did you read about it?
Sir, in solar photovoltaics, the efficiency on a commercial scale is around 18%, sir. The we have a theoretical limit of 23-24% in photovoltaics cell.
And solar has been done only photovoltaic or something else?
Sir, solar thermal also constitutes a part, and for solar thermal, sir, it's upwards of 40%, sir.
But there is a lot of work in solar, uh, not on thermal part, but the other part, because of a lot of projects are coming on solar cell manufacturing. So they believe that they want to put in a large number of solar farms to photovoltaic. So there's some limitation in the solar thermal.
Sir,
While it looks fairly logical that thermal, the fossil fuel thermal is already quite advanced. And all that we wanted to replace a boiler. So there must be some limitation. No?
sir, sir, to achieve the heating of the specimen, there has to be a constant track of the sun. The parabolic concentrators need to be constantly aligned with the sun. This is quite costly when compared to the solar photovoltaics, sir.
Yeah, but the efficiency is very low. And you cover a lot of area. And again, it's too time limited. The amount of the energy available in the daytime, the total even in the summertime. Wintertime in northern India, forget. So what is generally an average collection through photovoltaic? And then many a times for off-peak hours, we have to use battery. So what is the system efficiency? He said this is where as an IIT graduate, they expect from you. Let me tell you that if you are an IIT graduate, their expectations are always very high. They put you more difficult questions. Not that they are impossible, but they are one which require thinking. And if you do it better, you really get very high marks. So whatever people ask you in mocks are just common questions which will not take you far. If you're looking something 170 on, you have to come out as a different candidate, a candidate who learns a lot from the experiences, from the surroundings. For example, for any IT student, discussion on solar energy, discussion on sustainability, poverty alleviation, they must come automatically because
Yes, sir.
you listen so many lectures by experts. And I'm sure many lectures on recent technologies, uh, particularly on sustainability, which is the main theme. So how do I make my systems industry 4.0 uh, what is called energy neutral, carbon neutral? How do I create campuses that are carbon neutral? They cannot be carbon dioxide zero, but they can be carbon neutral. You should understand them, how to calculate. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So please look at sustainability, goals of sustainability. But then on current affairs, you can have current affairs on scientific area,
Okay.
but you might also have current affairs anywhere. Current affairs does not mean what Trump says completely. Current affair would also mean India's relationship with neighbors and other.
Yes, sir.
And if our neighbors are not in the good shape, we are spending too much money on defense.
Yes, sir.
In last 15 years, defense expenditure has increased. And while most of the studies say that expenditure on defense is a non-productive expenditure, there are lots of studies available. It's not that I'm saying. Because whatever equipment you buy after 3 years become zero value. And how far have we moved on Atmanirbhar Bharat?
Yes, sir.
The question to you would be why not uh, Startup India? Why not you are in a project? A lot of ITNs are doing so well.
Yes, sir.
They accept challenges, and these are the challenges which make them much better. You are a person who doesn't want to take challenges. If that's their conclusion, how would you react? It can be a conclusion, isn't it?
Hmm.
In the background, which I said.
Should I answer, sir? Like,
Yeah, obviously, yeah. If you have ready answers, fine.
sir, research is an thrilling domain. I would love to do research in my solar energy systems. However, sir, research is intellectually engaging, while civil services is intellectually challenging. In the domain knowledge required in services is too dynamic, and it creates a direct impact upon the people. So,
They will
what
not
I
agree. They absolutely will not agree. No. PM's focus is not on bureaucracy. PM focuses on the research, entrepreneurship. Do you remember what he says about the bureaucracy? You remember what he said in the parliament? If this country has to do anything, you have to get rid of civil servants. So, moment you enter in the domain that you are delivering, I'm so sorry, they'll not accept. The Startup India is where people want to contribute, give more employment. And the focus currently of the government is more on skills rather than education. So, if create an IPR, for example, if you're a good one and create an IPR, you really made a big game, both for society and public. I'm only challenging. You have to find an answer.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes, yes,
Don't say you can't answer. You can.
Hmm.
But you find an optimal answer, right answer.
yes,
In one year, taken only 3 years. Your fourth attempt, isn't it?
yes, sir.
Yeah. And they consider you being a bright student. Should you be spending so much of time? Marks are not affected, but the questioning change.
Yes,
So data on energy, data on robotics, issues on disruptive technologies. As I said, if what Trump is saying, are you aware of how much of export we do and how much import we do, and what are the kind of tariffs currently we have?
uh, sir. We import from USA of around $45 billion. We and
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry, sir. And
And what is the product? What is the product we import?
sir, pharmaceuticals are one of the major products. We supply more than one third of the US.
Yeah, this is our export. This is our export.
Yes, sir.
What Trump is worried about that any other product that they send here, you put it a very heavy duty, so they are not becoming competitive.
Yes, agricultural products are one of the domain where we have the highest tariff differentials. Automobiles being the second one, the two-wheeler automobiles also being a case, and steel and aluminum
He's still
industry.
not happy with. He's still not happy with on electrical vehicles. The tariffs have been brought so low. He's still not happy. So it is the trade balance which is more worried.
Yes.
He doesn't want to see you a positive trade.
Sir, we
So
are,
while the answer would be there by many, please understand, everybody will answer from similar. You have to think more deeper. Okay? Look
yes,
at
sir.
what some of our foreign affairs people are saying.
Yes, sir.
Don't try to a line, which is the typical government line that we are talking there in 1 year. You have to be ready with a hard answer.
Sure, sir.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, we had a cotton policy. You remember earlier our apparels were not allowed. So what Trump did, not Trump, what US did, they said they found in producing the cotton clothes and other things that are exported to America, we use the cheap labor and labor which are children involved. So they will find all kinds of connect.
Hmm.
So you should look at their own approaches which you can counter.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
He is now clearly saying, why should I support? The earlier view was that all developing countries would have a differential advantage. He is absolutely making clear, I'm not interested. Enough is enough. Okay? Then
Yes, sir.
certain issues on women empowerment would come.
Hmm.
Issues because of Kumbh, the logistics issues. Because the numbers which is packed is about 65 crore, which no logistics supported.
Hmm.
Movement of how the population in India at a given place of a given peripheral side and the kind of connect of logistics it does not support.
Hmm.
So you have to have a very thoughtful answer. And there have been recently few judgments of Supreme Court, particularly about in the reform area of election, particularly against the bonds. You remember?
Yeah. Sorry, sir. I
So
do not
look at
remember.
that area carefully. They said the bonds, election bonds, were not right.
Sir, I remember, sir. I remember.
And
Last
this
March.
is in part of the election reform. The
Yes.
government said we are doing election reform to make an accountable money available. But the judgment goes against it completely.
Yes.
Similarly, on election, one election, they have not supported anything except that the procedure adopted is fine. It has gone to select committee.
Hmm.
And you must also look at what are the reasons given now. And first three elections were one nation, one election. In fact, after 72nd Amendment, there is also election called 30-year election, which is being ignored by this committee. So please look at the aspects from this kind of things.
Yes, sir.
On questions which are on government policy,
Hmm.
please get the facts correct. Based on the facts, you make your judgment.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other thing which you want to discuss with me? The way you are preparing, which I should suggest you. Like for example, putting 20 days on death is not appreciated. Because DAF is means what you have done, you have written.
Hmm.
Nobody can tell you what did you do for Siachen. You know it very well yourself.
Yes, sir. Sir, I intend to cover the current affairs at a later date because based on the review of transcripts, sir, the current affairs are more or less very recent to the interview date. For example, around 15 days prior to the date of interview. That is the range of.
If I was you, I'd never leave it.
Okay, sir.
Because this interview is not with what is written by transcript. How do you rely it? Kevin might start from current affair. The
Yes.
budget. Budget is not 15 days old, but budget is important.
Yes.
Don't you think during budget time what has been discussed in Parliament, including comment on national education policy as part of budget,
Mm.
that certain states not agreeing with national education policy. The three language formula is already on the fire. Would you know when the three language formula first proposed?
Sir, 1968 policy, sir.
Yeah.
It was mandatory then. However, with the 2020 national education policy, there is a freedom in choosing of the third language. It is not to be
Let's say
mandatory.
there was no 2020. No, they have said now, after this policy, three language formula was the projected one, but never followed. In this policy, though it is not written anywhere, but the government of India is pressurizing that three language formula be implemented. And they are saying that English and one regional language you must study. And they are thinking third is Sanskrit. So all Hindi speaking is not learning any other language other than Hindi and Sanskrit. While all Dravidian areas in West Bengal as well as Maharashtra have been forced to learn Hindi compulsorily. You must have read.
Yes, sir. I've read. Sir, I have an.
There's so much of heavy debate in Parliament. Now this becomes current affair.
Yes, sir.
And this will not die out for some more time.
Yes.
Okay. There are some more issues related to the changing of the committee to select election commissioner.
Yes, sir.
When the case was sub judice. So on one end, the government talks of reform. On one end, this is the result.
Yes.
You can't expect Home Minister to say differently than the Prime Minister, will he?
Uh,
So it's a
in all
foregone conclusion. It's a foregone conclusion.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, appointments of CHE was in the news for by the Supreme Court. You remember that? Supreme Court observed where was a hurry.
Yes, sir. I remember it, sir.
So it is not one day, but substantive impact.
Yes, sir.
Those current affairs were likely to have substantive impact. And as a bureaucrat, you have to be one who is advising a solution. You are not answering a question. Okay? You have to think solutions.
So we have to present the solution, sir, even if it is
Of
not
course.
asked. Yes.
So they give me a question where they don't ask you.
Sir,
If they don't ask you a question in which you have to give some thoughtful, intelligent question, I assure you they will give you 140, 145, 150. Unless question which explore you deeper, which challenges you to answer tricky question, they will not take you to 170.
And sir, with regard to questions where there is not a particular stand, for example, three language formula. So while we are answering, we should maintain a balanced tone, or we should
Tone is
categorically.
always tone will always be balanced. You cannot raise your voice, but your content may be correct or wrong. After all, why three language formula previously not successful? Because none of the North India people wanted to learn another language from other. They got recourse in Sanskrit. And should in a country English remain one of the compulsory language? You could say it's a two language formula. You take one from North, one from South. Leave English if you want. Will it be acceptable to anybody?
Sir, in my submission, English is necessary for the purpose of.
If you look at the policy, they are saying And if you look at the large amount of vice chancellor now speaking, they say English is not compulsory. In fact, there is an issue in NEP which says let the higher education, including medical engineering, be taught in the mother tongue. In certain states have started doing that. Because the focus today of is not job, but the small business you do in the country. For example, you are an IAS today, Hindi speaking. You get Karnataka cadre, which is one of the best cadre in the country, or Maharashtra. You have to learn Karnataka and Maharashtra.
Yes, sir.
So why common people not willing to learn? That I will not say no. Will you say no?
So we can say that there are apprehensions on the part of the people that their cultural identity, since it is associated with language, is on cusp of deterioration, sir.
No, this is not an answer. People in Tamil will choose Tamil. Fine.
No, sir. With regard to a language which is not their mother tongue, but a language which is in India.
Yeah. So Constitution has 28 languages.
Yes, sir.
So why should they learn Hindi? They can learn nearby Kannada. You come from a region. In mind you, these are not the language in Devanagari. Devanagari script is Hindi, and which are the current language in Constitution? 24 languages. Which are them have a Devanagari script?
Sorry, sir. I don't know, sir.
Yeah, look at. And there's also a question currently, which is in vogue, is that Indus Valley civilization can only explain. It is written in Sanskrit. Some people are now starting claiming. While till date nobody claimed. They thought it was some other language, Brahmi or something else.
Yes.
So when there are zealots of that kind, it's going to create a division. And then a lot of things are talked about Indian knowledge system. IITs are also talking. Have you heard this discussion of Indian knowledge system in IIT?
Sir, at IIT, I haven't heard of this.
What are you hearing now? They are saying everything existed.
Yes, sir. Very particularly in case of judiciary, sir, I've heard it. Traditional judicial system, as propounded by our
Have you
former.
not heard about the metals and materials? Work of Aryabhatta in astronomy.
Yes, sir. I've heard of the work of Arab.
So please go along with some knowledge about it.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Any other doubts you have or any point of view you want to discuss?
So, sir, we should give an outrightly a tilted side when asked upon it.
There's no tilt, it is a balanced side based on your fact, your judgment, and its. If you don't agree, the policy, most of the policies have 5-year run already.
Hmm.
Are their impact visible? So just think of these. What I'm saying is, you now look at questions that are little out of box.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes,
And
sir.
you have time to prepare. Not a
Yes, sir.
problem. Being a bright student, you can do it. So forget mocks for a while. Think those questions which, in your opinion, should never be asked. Because all other you can handle. Something which you don't expect will make you flabbergasted.
Yes.
So avoid that.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
All the best. I wish you very best.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, I wanted to just at last
Okay.
ask, sir, for
Ask
a
me.
three-language formula, sir, should we take a stand when asked upon this that it should be there or it should not be there, or we should present our view like this that
So you generally should form your view. You should understand what was the three language. You can still take recourse in national policy in education, where it says the freedom of learning a language would be of individual. So it is presumed that the state is not imposing either there or here. However, there appear to be some statements, both in Parliament and outside, which is creating confusion. This would summarize.
I got it. Thank you.
But you should know what was this formula, why it did not work, why it was not insisted on. Also, you must understand, Hindi is only a Raj Bhasha. You know, in Constitution, Hindi is. Just hold for a second.
Yes, sir.
Hello. मैं करता हूँ. Yeah, मैं करता हूँ. After half an hour. Okay. What is the status of Hindi?
Sir, it's our official language at union level, sir.
For what is it called? Raj Bhasha Divas. It's the language of the state.
Yes.
Of the central government.
Yes, sir.
Each state work in which languages? Each state.
Sir, they're allowed to have a freedom, sir. In my state, Haryana, Hindi is also the first official language, sir.
So Haryana would be Hindi only, because Haryana is Hindi speaking. Uttar Pradesh is Hindi, Rajasthan is Hindi, Madhya Pradesh is Hindi, Bihar is Hindi, but Gujarat is not.
Yes.
In Gujarat, all notes are in Gujarati. Maharashtra, all Maharashtra. Uriya is all Uriya. So it is not that these Hindi heartland, where in any case they were Bimaru states. So all other states, it appears, with their mother tongues, have done much better. It doesn't appear to you?
So regarding that
development, all four southern states and Gujarat and Maharashtra, 6 states are the best states ruled.
Sir, there are other factors also behind their contribution. The presence of industries, the presence of coastline. They have a flourishing trade.
They came. You can't stop it. Can you? There are states which have not done well. For example, Odisha didn't do well with coastline. We have a large coastline. So don't try to get into this kind of argument. And also never argue with the commission. Okay, read a little more.
Yes, sir.
Revise your mains post general studies paper.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes.
Chalo, I wish you best.
Thank you, sir.